One job to get done today, man. Find a W. Play for each other. I love y'all. What up, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, good evening, everybody. I think Jay is backing in and out to check to see if he can fix his settings. You can hear me.
All right, how about now?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we go. I don't know what the hell. We had to switch it up to my phone. Hey, thank you for everybody who's been sticking by with the technical difficulty. I deeply appreciate it. Tommy, we good? Can we hear? We can hear you. Thank you, everybody who's been patient. I don't know what's going on. I felt like I got the same setup. I don't know what changed, but all that matters is that the people can hear me. Shawn can hear me. Yeah, let Shawn figure that out. Maybe he's too pretty for everybody. He don't want to show his good looks to everybody. But thank you for everybody's patience. We appreciate you guys sticking in there with me. Welcome to Mafia Talk. It is Jae and J Mafia. I'm with my boy Shawn today because he's still not feeling too good. Hopefully he come back soon. But still wishing him best. We got my boy Shawn from Red, White, and Bills pod. And we're going to finish our part 2 of the scheduled release. So, man, I already wasted enough of the people's time. Let's get this started, man.
Let's do it.
From last episode, we both agreed that we were 3-3. I started season off 2-0. I went on a 3-game loser streak. We got another dub at Jets. So I'm 3-3. And then yeah, we're just gonna carry on from there. Let me just pull up the Bills schedule because I had everything on my phone. Now I gotta switch up, so no problem. We still gonna make this work. We gonna make this work. One thing I heard on WGR, what they said, June 1st, I believe we will gain $10 million off of the Tre'Davious White's contract.
Yep.
So that's definitely big news coming up. We get a little bit of money coming in to the Bills organization. Maybe we make a play or make a move on maybe another receiver, another player in a need elsewhere, or we could just sit on that money towards the middle of the season and see who's available then. What do you think the Bills might do? You think we're gonna once we get that money, we're gonna spend it, or you think we're gonna save it?
I'm torn. I feel like we're gonna save it, but then maybe God forbid, make it, an injury happens and can't, and in a training camp or OTAs or something, and
Mm-hmm.
we need to go get
Right.
another position like a corner or another edge rusher. I still think we're gonna stay put with the money. I think we're gonna hold on to it. But if I had to pick a position without knowing for sure, I'd probably say maybe get another corner, like a solid, like a Dane Jackson type backup. Because we got Elam off the bench.
Yep.
Hopefully he could become a starter if he works at it. Works his ass off this offseason. But we definitely need another corner, because after Elam, it's like who you got after that as off the bench. So I'll go with corner if we end up using it.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Appreciate nothing but love to everybody in the chat. Amy, as always, been showing love. We got my brother Hefe bossed up, man. Big things coming his way. Man, to all the people, I know you got a show coming up this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, plug in your information. I forgot exactly what location it is, but my boy Hefe is opening up for this Saturday. Please plug in the information, man. Let the people how they know they can find you. All your content, your music, where they can get a ticket, all that good stuff, man. Big things coming his way. I'm gonna let it know right now, man. Me and Hefe, I just booked the flight. We are going to Pittsburgh for the preseason game against the Steelers. So,
Nice.
man, we definitely gonna have a great time. We're gonna do a live show over there. Hopefully, I can get enough Bills Mafia to talk their shit. Definitely gonna get enough Steeler game to talk their shit. We're gonna have a good time, nothing but love. So, definitely looking forward to my trip with my boy Hefe. We got Bills fan 1970 in the building. Nothing but love. He says cornerback, safety, and linebacker.
Yeah,
I
I feel
mean,
that.
yeah, absolutely. I like all of that. Especially when it comes to safety, we are not 100% sure what we're going to run at safety. We got Tyler Rapp. We signed Mike Edwards, that was a safety for the Chiefs. Who else we got? Obviously, we got Dane Jackson. Micah Hyde is still up in the air. So
Yeah, maybe.
we're gonna see what is gonna be the decision. Honestly, I'm pretty sure he's gonna resign with the Bills. If he's still having his neck troubles, he might just be that sideline coach that might strap up when needed. But I'm still confident Micah Hyde is gonna run another year with us. How you feel about that, Shawn?
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way too. I feel like he's going to be like a later in the season addition, though. Like I know people are talking like he doesn't want to do like the OTAs and the training camp and all that stuff, but
Fine.
I,
Yeah.
I think he'll just be like on reserve if we lose a guy or someone's not performing, and then we can be like, hey Micah, you're still in good shape. You're still running half marathons or whatever you just did. You're ready. Anytime you can step in, we need you. I think he'll be like the AJ Klein for
Right.
us the next couple of years. He'll play a few games if we need him, and then he'll say he'll be retired, and then he'll be on his way to Florida to go on vacation with his family in an RV, and we'll call him back.
Yep. Like AJ Klein. Tommy jumps in here and said we should grab a linebacker in a room, and I agree with that 100%. That may be the most important, depending on Matt Milano's health coming into the season. Listen to WGR and Shawn, or not Shawn, Shawn McDermott and Steve and Chris on the One Bills Drive. We're not looking like Matt Milano's going to be here for the start of the season. We still got our hopes up high, but with the type of injury Matt Milano signed up, I believe he also had surgery. They had to put pins in his leg or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a more severe injury than what we thought could have been. I still had hopes that if we made it to the Super Bowl, he was going to be able to make it. Obviously, that's not the case. He's still going through what he needs to go through. They said he's still on track, but we're not still 100%. He will be able to start in the beginning of the season. So still giving Matt Milano our best prayers. We still got Terrell Bernard. Hey, there we go. There we go.
There
But
I am.
we still got Terrell Bernard. He held it down for us last year. Second year coming in, first year starting. He held it down. He also took over being the defensive quarterback, taking over the play calls.
Mhm.
So definitely strong starter over there. Also have Dorian Williams. Haven't really had as much play time as I felt like he should get, but the time he did spend on the field, he was a beast. He was a wrecking ball. You would hear him make his hits. You'll hear the pop throughout the stadium. So I'm definitely still excited for Dorian Williams. We still have Bale Spector. Never really gave him a chance. Who am I missing?
We signed that Deion Jones and
Yep.
Nick Morrow. So they're like I'm with Tommy too on that. Like you can never have too many linebackers. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love always. And like you said, Dorian Williams, he's a nice young, potential talent. And then you got two veterans like Jones and Morrow, who, if they need to play a start or two because someone's injured or something, you're confident that they're gonna be able to come in and produce. So, but still, not, I got to can't have too many linebackers. So I'd be interested if we're gonna spend money, maybe put into the defense or one of those positions like maybe if someone, like I said, if someone gets injured or on the offensive line and you need a guard or something, try to go out and get someone that's left if there is anyone.
Right. There's also I'm telling you, yeah, Dorian Williams is nasty. I'm telling you, he's a hitter.
Yeah, he's
He just
vicious.
needs more play time. Still upset we wasn't able to retain Dodson. He was a beast as well, but he ended up going to Seattle. So wish him nothing but the best over there. But there's still a lot of positions that needs to be filled. This preseason is pretty crucial. There's a lot of people proven to earn their starting position on this team. So it's not going to be one of those preseasons where we kind of just blow through them, play a bunch of backups, and just kind of wait until regular season start. No, this preseason is the most important preseason we had in a number of years because, like I said, especially with the wide receiver room, we don't have a bona fide number one receiver. Yeah, we got Curtis Samuel. Yeah, we still have our Khalil Shakir, our rookie Keon Coleman, but that is still going to be a battle, man. Who knows who's going to take the starting position? So definitely going to be a fight for this preseason, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few fun camp battles. I'm looking forward. Like I said, this year is a different kind of year because we basically knew what was going to happen last year. It felt like, and now at the edge position, you got a couple people competing. Rookies and vets competing for a spot. Receiver, you got people competing. Running back, it's gonna be a good time, and hopefully Van Pran wins the starting center job, and we can keep our offensive line essentially the same as it was last year, minus the one position. And then we're basically the guards and the tackles are the same, so their connection is going to be good. And then Van Pran might have a couple, rough rookie times, but we saw with Torrance, yeah, he had some rookie mistakes, but he was a baller. So you want to get them those reps out there so they can learn and see what it's like in the NFL, and you can see is he really that guy or not? Because you can practice and he looks good in practice, he looks like this in practice, but until the live bullets are going, you're never going to really know how they react in the NFL. So hopefully he can win that job in the camp, and then or hopefully Edwards is so bad at guard that they got no choice but to put McGovern there, and then Van Pran's going to start, and then honestly I think that would work out the best for us. But I just hope he earns it because I think he's got the talent to do it. Van Pran,
Yeah,
4-year starter at Georgia, 3-year captain, like he's got the ability. So as long as he has a good camp, I think he has opportunity.
absolutely, man. We're gonna touch more around the team, but let's dive into the schedule.
Yes,
Like
sir.
I said, we left at week 6 against the Jets. Yep.
Yeah, we were both 3-3.
Yeah, 3-3. We're moving on to week 7 against the Titans. That is a home game. Yep. So, excuse me. That is our home game back from our 3-week away trip. We're finally coming back home to the Tennessee Titans. They got their second-year quarterback in Matt Levis. I like the dude. I was in love with him when he played the Dolphins, and they came back from that 14 deficit. They gave him 2 free touchdowns, and they still came back. Oh man, I was in love with Buddy.
Yeah, he basically gave us a division.
Yeah, definitely opened that door wide open for us to steal the division back. So shout out to him. Honestly, I forgot who the Titans signed. Then they signed a receiver. It's
yeah, they brought Tyler Boyd, and the guy from the Jags, Calvin Ridley.
Okay, so they did get
So,
rid of right.
so they got D Hop, Ridley, Tyler Boyd, Tony Pollard from the Cowboys.
Oh,
And,
okay, so yeah,
and
they're looking pretty good then.
yeah, and they signed L'Jarius Sneed from the Chiefs, so they got
They
that
stacked
that
up.
lockdown corner still.
So with that being said, man, that definitely changes it because this is another team that the Bills kind of have little struggles every other year. That's one of the teams that kind of got our number. That it's a team that we expect us to beat and we expect to win, but for some reason we always fall short. So especially with the team that's stacked up now, how do you feel we're gonna make it out in this game? Before you answer that question, what did you say? You said 3-3.
Yeah, we're at
Was
3 and
it a
3.
win or loss against the Jets?
I had us beating the Jets and making
Okay.
us 3 and 3. Yeah.
Got you. I got a dub on that too. So
Mm-hmm.
moving into the next week, we're at home against Tennessee, and naming off all the players you just named off on the Titans team. How do you feel our chances?
Yeah, well, I still got us winning this game, but a lot of people I feel like think it's going to be a walk in the park. But it's going to be a real tough game. I know they got a new coach, but they still got Jeffrey Simmons at D tackle on defense. They still got L'Jarius Sneed at corner, so he's going to be locking down somebody.
Right.
And again, they got offensive firepower, so it's going to be, again, they don't have a great quarterback, but if you got all these weapons, the opportunity is going to be there regardless. And you saw him, in a small sample size last year. He had a couple really good games, a couple bad ones. So what Levis are we going to get? Are we going to get the one against the Dolphins or the one the following week where they got blown out? I forgot what team it was. So that being said, I think we'll win this game, but the Titans are going to be a team for me where I think people are going to sleep on them, but they might be able to be fighting for a playoff spot at the end of the year. They might not make it, but they might be hovering around 8-9, 9-8 kind of season, and they might be surprising some people. But I think we'll win this game. I think after beating the Jets, we'll have some mojo going into a home game after being away for 3 weeks, and we'll handle business. It'll be a close game though.
Yeah. Shout out to Scott Blakely, my man over here, always showing love. I agree with you because coming into the season, everybody expect, the Bills in turmoil. We don't have no for sure starters, this and the third, where we don't have any receivers. But like you said, I feel like we're going to shock a lot of people in the league just because Josh never really needed a bona fide number one receiver. Yeah, having Stephon Diggs was amazing, helped us out big time. But at the same time, Josh Allen never had to force feed Diggs. He always spread the ball around the field. He had all the players. You get a Quentin Morris on the field, he's going to look at him. You get Reggie Gilliam on the field, he's going to look his way too. So with that being said, there's going to be a lot of no names out there that's going to have a couple big games. Like your Chase Claypool, I feel like I'm going to say he's a no name, but I feel like he's going to surprise a lot of people. Even the Matt Collins. Yeah. And from what the people say at practice, he's a bona fide leader. He's out there screaming, yelling, barking orders in a good way. He's uplifting people. He's pushing people. He's giving it all. He's directing the practice. He's getting the boys game ready in a mini camp and OTAs and walkthroughs. So just hearing that from Steve Tasker and Chris Brown and saying, man, I like Matt Collins. He's getting these boys juices flowing. So just hearing that, we hear Matt Collins. Who is that? He's a nobody. He's not even going to make that team, but coming from a team who pretty much got rid of all of their captains, he's definitely going to be a prime piece. He doesn't have to be an all-star player, a productive player at that. I would love him to be, but if he got that dog and that vet in him and a leader of men, then man, I'm a rock with him. And I feel like he can surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, Matt Collins, like you said, he's not going to be a 1,000-yard receiver or a superstar, but he's absolutely a leader. He's a captain in every team he goes to, and he did have some decent years when he played for the Raiders. I think he had a couple really good seasons. Again, nothing like, he's a number one, but if he can have a season similar to what he did with the Raiders with Derek Carr, and he's like our fourth receiver, we're in a pretty good position if he can produce like he did. Right. But regardless, he's going to be producing on special teams, and we already know how important special teams is going to be this year with the new kickoffs, and people are going to do some crazy stuff. And having a guy like him, 6'4", 230, just ripped up like a Greek god, it's going to be having that athletic ability on the special teams is going to be very valuable.
Absolutely. Shout out to Beth. Nothing but love. Appreciate you joining the chat. And yeah, Tommy with the fire question: What player do you guys think takes the biggest leap in 2024?
Oof.
Now, when you say leap, what do you mean by that? Does it mean like a player that didn't produce as good last year and blows up this year, or I don't know? I really want to say Shakir, and it's kind of weird because he's already kind of been in the mix. Does he skyrocket to that 1,000-yard receiver? Let me ask you that. Do you think Shakir's gonna be a 1,000-yard receiver this year?
Yeah. I think barring health, because I mean he had 600, I think 620 something yards last year, and he only had like 39 catches or 41?
Like 400 of them in the second half of the season.
Yeah, so I think just by, he should be getting more playing time automatically, should be getting more targets. So I think it's possible, if he continue. I mean, he had a couple games where he had the 80-yard catch against the Jets. He had a big one against Tampa. The game I was at the Tampa game. I think he had a really big catch there. I think he had a 100-yard game then. So I mean, I'm sure he'll produce a couple of games like that again, and I think he'll get more looks, of course, because he'll be one of our better pass catchers. So I can see him getting 1,000 yards. But as far as the leap, I'm going to say Epinesa, because I think he's finally going to get more playing time, and and he said it before. Admittedly, he was like, honestly, I'm a guy that the more I play, the better I do. Mm-hmm. And the only problem with that is with us, we rotate out constantly, so he doesn't get a chance to get into a groove. And we saw it in the Jaguars game when people started getting hurt. He played a lot of snaps, and he had 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery. He was just eating. Obviously he's not going to do that every single game, but
he definitely flashes a lot.
Right. So if he's playing like 70% of the snaps instead of 45 or 50, I think we could see a better. I mean, he's produced decently. Nothing like oh my God, he's an all-pro, but I think he could be much more productive than what he's been for us if he gets a little bit more playing time. And I think this year is a good year for him to do that.
Absolutely. Before I get into my comeback player, we got my brother, Scott Blakely. Nothing but love, brother. I appreciate that. My man throws in the super chat $5, man. I definitely appreciate that. And we absolutely will, man. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep doing what we got to do. This is what I love to do. And the reason why I started this show is because my girlfriend got tired of me coming home drunk after every game saying, Josh Allen's so fucking awesome. Josh Allen did this. Josh Allen did that. So I did this show so I could connect with Bills Mafia. So, man, it's nothing but love. I appreciate you, Scott Blakely. I know you're on everybody's pretty much podcast and you show love. So I appreciate you making the time out to my show and giving that donation. I definitely appreciate it. That's love. That's love, man.
Yeah, look at John Robert over here. He said Epinesa only played 38% last season. So 38% of the snaps.
He flashed that. He had a couple games where he gets that big sack or he just covering the quarterback and gets that interception. So
yep.
I wish Epinesa could be more consistent.
Yep.
But the production he gives, I'm okay with it. He's not necessarily a starter. He's like a backup of a backup, I would say. More of a secondary, but I'm okay. I definitely would like him to be more consistent. My comeback, I don't know how you word it, Tommy, comeback player or to get the most progression, it needs to be Kaiir Elam. It has to be Kaiir Elam. Nobody else. I know we could say Russo, you said Epinesa, a bunch of other players, but at the end of the day, it has to be Kaiir Elam. First round draft pick, and you let the seventh round player take your spot for 2 years in a Christian Benford. It's been known in training camp that you're too handsy, you grab on too much. You got in fights with Stephon Diggs, this and that and the third. So you came back for us. You sat the bench last year, came back in the playoffs, and you got beat one play, but you came back with a phenomenal interception the following play. We need more of that. Yeah. And as our first round draft pick, you have been a complete bust. This is your last year. This is your comeback year. You got to make it happen, brother. You need to make it happen or you're going to be gone, man. And it's going to be tough in this league because as a first-round draft pick that kind of dropped off that low, it's going to be hard for you to get picked up on the team or even get a starting position. So This is your make it or break it year, Elam. Let's get it. Let's go. I bought your fucking jersey. Let's do something.
Yeah.
You changed your number, man. I know Cole Bishop, our new rookie safety. He's number 24 now, so might have to get a patch on that. But at the end of the day, Kyer Elam, let's get it. Earn your position, earn your job. Let's go, Elam.
Yeah, I like that. Actually, I guess a hot take for the season a couple months ago, I think I said, or a couple weeks ago, Elam's going to end up starting week 1 over Benford. And again, that's just like, it might not happen, but he's got the ability, the talent. Like you said, he's flashed. And I was thinking about it earlier. A lot of people think, like, they make it seem like Elam's never done anything. Like, some people are like, oh, he's nothing. Like, he can't do nothing. I'm just like, wait a minute. We remember he broke up a pass on 4th down in the playoffs when the Dolphins were driving, solidified that game for us. He intercepted Pat Mahomes in the red zone. We won that game by 3. He picked off Lamar Jackson. We ended up winning that game. So it's like Elam's able to produce, and when you mentioned he's handsy, which he absolutely is, but my only thing is McDermott doesn't want to enhance that ability. He wants to just, oh, hey, don't be handsy. But when you look at Sauce Gardner, L'Jarius Sneed, Pat Surtain,
Right,
Jalen
yeah.
Ramsey, all the best corners are very handsy and physical. So instead of telling him, hey, don't do that, McDermott and our DB coaches should be like, let's figure out how to make it so he doesn't get called for holdings and interference, and he can use that ability that he has. So I think that just held him back a little bit. And he went in, failed a little bit, then made some good plays. So he hasn't been what we thought he would be. But I think it's still in him. So I think that was a great pick that you had, because I love to see him succeed, and I love to see you wear that jersey and not have to change it out and put a different name on there.
Right. Yo, Scott Blakely came with the hot and spicy take right here. Von Miller for 12 sacks. Do you think he could revive his? Well, obviously, he's not going to revive his career. He's already a Hall of Famer. But can he revive his career with the Bills? Can he make something? Can we make it not seem like it was the worst transaction in Bills history? Because that's kind of what happened last year. I mean, he was phenomenal when he first started. He got injured, and then he just wasn't ready to come back. And you've seen little flashes towards the last couple of games of the season, but at the end of the day, he just wasn't the player we needed him to be. So can he really make that bounce back this coming season? I'm not talking about 12 sacks, but can he do more than what the fuck he had? We paid him like 20, 30 mil, and he only got 5 tackles and a sack?
3 tackles last year.
3 tackles.
Stephon Diggs had the same amount of tackles.
Yep. And it was Sherfield that had more tackles than him.
Yeah.
Which is wild. So
so that's one thing we can say.
Do you think he's not done?
I think like I was about to say, he can't do any worse than last year unless he doesn't play a snap. So we're gonna get better than last year. 12 sacks, I don't know, but maybe he doesn't have to be that guy this year. Maybe he could be like a Jerry Hughes type, where he wasn't finishing, but he was getting to the quarterback, and then everyone else was finishing. That would be nice. It just really sucks because of that injury. I don't think we could ever really, it can never be a good deal now, because I don't think he's ever going to be what he was going to be that first year. He had eight sacks in 8 games. He was probably going to get 15 plus sacks that year, his first year with us, and maybe even help us when get to the big dance. But I don't think he's there. I think he's done as far as being that guy, but I think he'll still be an impact as far as, pressures and, just being a leader on the field. But again, I don't think he'll be 12 sack guy, unfortunately.
I hope so, and I would love it. Yo, I got my boy Hefe in here. He said Von's not done like fresh baked cookies. I hope not. I hope he doesn't crumble them cookies and they too dried out and y'all throw them things out. But and I would love to see him, man. If we can make that run, I mean, highly unlikely we make the Super Bowl this year, but I mean, we gotta believe, right? Let's make that run and let's get this man his 3rd championship with another team. I would love it, man. We all would love it. We got Amy in the building. She's talking about Ray Davis. I like Ray Davis.
I'm excited for him.
Me too. And they say running backs come a dime a dozen, and who knows? But I really got high hopes with Ray Davis. I feel like he's going to be a great backup towards the James Cook. he's got that Maurice Jones-Drew type build. He's short
Yeah,
but
true.
stocky, so I feel like he definitely can pound out some yards, break tackles, and definitely get 3-yard gimme yards. Because one thing with James Cook, he's a phenomenal pass catcher. Hopefully, he can get rid of those bad drops,
Yeah.
but still a great pass catcher, still a fast running back. He knows how to turn up them gears. He knows how to hit the holes. But the one thing I feel like he's too easy to tackle. So when we get a Ray Davis, I feel like he's definitely. We also look at Hefe in the building too. Frank Gore Jr. So we definitely got some diesel backs in the backfield that can kind of take the load off Josh Allen. He doesn't always have to get them design running plays. So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Let's
I'd
dive
love
back.
to see
Go ahead,
that.
Sean. Let's go
I
ahead.
I'd love to see Frank Gore Jr. make the team, but
Yeah, right.
it's gonna be an uphill climb for him. But if he can make the squad, that'd be solid.
Yeah, let's dive back into the schedule. We're still on Tennessee. Shawn gave his piece on that. I definitely got us for a win this year. It's gonna be a tough game, but we're finally come back at home after 3 weeks. And in those two out of those 3 away games, I got us losing. We bounce back at the Jets at New Jersey. We come back home facing the Titans. I definitely feel like the Titans offense is definitely gonna give us a run for our money, especially against our defense. We're gonna feel like we're gonna fall short a little bit, but Josh Allen comes back and he makes some great drives and definitely get us that win. I feel like they're not gonna be able to finish. They're gonna have a strong first half. We're gonna have a weak first half, but then we're gonna get everything back together in the fourth quarter. And I don't see the Tennessee Titans finishing us off like that. Definitely feel like we're gonna come away with the W that day, and then we're gonna move on to week 8, which we go back away to Seattle to play the Seahawks. For those of you who remember, last time we played Seattle, Russell Wilson was still on them, and we went crazy.
That was
Josh
an awesome game.
throwing that ball all over the field. I think he threw the ball like 50 times. He had like over 400 yards, like 4 or 5 touchdowns. These boys went crazy.
That was an amazing game. Even it was back and forth. It was wow. That was just one of the best games of that year.
I'm telling you, I remember that game because I set up the TV on my balcony, and freaking I'm hurrying up. I was already kickoff. I remember watching my phone. It was kickoff, and that's when Andre Roberts almost ran it back. He damn near got to midfield. I'm like, all right, I gotta hurry up. Took the TV outside, hooked everything up, and there's a touchdown. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how did y'all score that fast? It was like 2 plays, and I remember Josh Allen just lobbed it up in the air for Isaiah McKenzie. He just ran that thing in. So that was a phenomenal game. It was like 52 to 30 something, I believe.
Yeah.
Definitely a high scoring game, man. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that was an awesome year.
But now it's 2024. I could be honest, I don't even know who's really on that team anymore. I'm pretty sure they still got Geno, right?
Yeah, and they got Sam Howell.
Sam Howell, right. So I'm not too scared. They still got DK Metcalf over there, but I don't know, man. I really feel bad for that dude. I feel like he's some of his years getting wasted. I feel like he needs to come to the Bills if we can afford you.
That'd be nice, yeah.
It would be lovely, but like I said, I don't see any way that Seattle's going to beat us unless we beat ourselves. That could be one of them trap games where we kind of shoot ourselves in the leg and we're just one of those games where we're supposed to win and end up losing. I highly doubt that. I feel like with a Sean McDermott team this far along, I feel like we kind of put that in our rear view where it's one of those games where we're supposed to lose, we win, and we're supposed to win, we lose. I feel like there's games that we know how to play, and obviously against the Seattle Seahawks, I don't see a way of them beating us.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm pretty sure I had us beating them the last time I did my record prediction too, a couple weeks ago. But it's also going to be a tough game. I think it's in Seattle, right? And they got a good 12th man. They're great atmosphere there. They got some decent weapons, but I just think at the end of the day,
nobody scares me.
Their quarterback is a big question mark, and yeah, they got decent running back and a couple good receivers, but I think they're not in the position to to compete with great teams a lot. So there'll be a couple good teams, but they're not going to be. I think they'll be better. They were better last year than they're going to be this year. So I'm not too concerned about them either.
Gotcha. So we're both at 5-3, right?
Yep.
All right, moving on. We're back facing our rivals, the Miami Dolphins. I don't even call them our rivals. They're more like our little son. We had Tua turn the ball over. I had us beating them week 2. How do you feel at this part 2 against the Miami Dolphins? Do you think they're gonna capitalize this game, or are we bringing out the brooms?
I had us splitting with them, and I think I had us losing week 2.
Yep.
So I got us winning the second game to make us 6-3.
Gotcha. Yep. So you got us losing the first game, and we're winning this one. I had us winning the first game. This one's at home. I got to sweeping them. Just bust out your brooms and skin the fin, Amy. I ain't gonna forget you. I'm about to get that shirt. I'm about to make a shirt, skin the fin. But yeah, I don't see them beating us unless we beat ourselves. Yes, they have a great receiver room. Tua Tagovailoa, I know we all talk our shit, but he's still a great quarterback. We can't hate him on him too much, but it is easy when you got the fastest receiving duo in the league and you can just throw it up to him. But
that's true.
At the end of the day, we send too much pressure for them to keep up. I don't see them beating us. Yes, am I talking like a homer and a bona fide Bills fan? You goddamn right. But yeah, I mean they gotta beat us convincingly to kind of give them the W. They have yet to beat us convincingly. Like we talked about on the last show, the first one, Josh Allen went crazy and threw that bomb to Charles Clay and he dropped it. First L. Tua wasn't even part of the team at the time. And then the recent one when we're dying of a heat stroke and we still almost won and lost by 2 points. So
yeah.
At the end of the day, Miami Dolphins, no matter who they got, Tyreek Hill, whoever, Jalen Waddle, it doesn't matter. I still got us winning. Bill's going to sweep out the Dolphins, and we're moving on from them. We're still taking that division from them. They're not taking it from us.
Not yet. They ain't getting it yet.
Not yet. They gotta prove it. They gotta prove it. And even when they do beat us, you got to do it again.
Absolutely.
So we got another dub lined up on that. We are 6-3, or is that 7-3?
6 should be 6-3.
6-3. Gotcha. We are moving on to the Colts, Indianapolis Colts. We are away for that game. So we're going to Indy, playing the Colts. Like I said, that's another team that I'm really not worried about. They got a couple players, but nobody I'm really scared about. One of those games that maybe we shoot ourselves in the leg and we can lose that game, but I don't see it happening. Is Jonathan Taylor even on that team anymore, or did he get traded?
Yeah, he's on the team still.
Okay. I still remember that one game where he ran over us like crazy. Like he had four touchdowns on us. We couldn't do nothing in that game. But
yeah, I think he had 5 total touchdowns because he had a receiving one.
Okay.
And he had like 250 total yards.
Oh, let's back it up. Let's go back to the Miami game. I gotta show love to my bro. I gotta show love to my boy Jordy Fortson. He played for the Chiefs. He moved on to Miami. I don't know why he wants to be on the opposing team of the Bills and the Bills rivals, but I still gotta show love to my boy. I went to high school with him. Nothing but love to Jordy Fortson, man. He grinded out. We played little league. We played high school. He was the kid that wanted to practice and study and work out, and I was the kid that wanted to party and smoke and fuck around. So, and you see who's where. He's in the NFL, and I'm over here talking about the NFL. So,
right.
I just have to show love to my bro Jordy Fortson. He got traded to Miami Dolphins. Nothing but love. Shit, I remember when he was on the Chiefs and we was playing, and he almost scored a touchdown. And I'm like, yo, it was funny because all the Bills Mafia were looking at me crazy. I'm like, yo, Pat, you gotta throw that thing up so my boy can get it. I'm like, dude, whose team are you on? I'm sorry. I had to root for my boy Jordy Fortson. I went to school with him. Number love, still go Bills. But yeah, undrafted free agent, man. He went through the ringer. Undrafted free agent. He changed position. He grinded out. He got benched this, that, and the third. He got cut from the team. But like I said, he a grinder. He does what needs to be done, and he's still in the NFL, and he's going to be fighting for that position. So shout out to Jordy Fortson. Nothing but love to you, brother.
Love it.
But skin the fin.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. Like I said, Indianapolis Colts. I'm not afraid of them. It's only gonna be if we beat ourselves. But like I said, we're beyond that. I got us a dub. That's 7-3. What you feel like? I'm pretty sure you agree with me on that, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't convincing. Yeah.
Well, the only thing I'm gonna say is I feel like it's every team, but teams always lose to someone they shouldn't lose to.
Okay.
It's hard to predict who that's going to be. We will lose to somebody we're not supposed to lose to.
Mhm.
But I don't know if it's going to be the Colts. But they're a team also too. Like you said, I'm not really afraid of them. But by this point in the season, if Anthony Richardson stays healthy, and then they got Jonathan Taylor cooking, Michael Pittman, and I think they got
Yep.
AD Mitchell too. So if they're all cooking by this time of the year, they might be tough to beat. But I think we go to 7-3 here before we get to a very tough schedule next 4 games. But I think I got us.
Only coming.
Yeah, I got us a 7-3 though.
All right, another big dub over there. We are coming back home to play none other than your Kansas City Chiefs, our rivals, the team we always beat in the regular season, but somehow can't beat them when it matters in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Josh Allen is undefeated against them. I don't care what nobody says. Josh Allen beat him twice. Butts, big butts, and they do not lie.
That's right.
And we cannot deny Patrick Mahomes, he's that guy. We can talk shit, this and that, and a third. I could still stay in here and tell them Josh Allen outperformed them in both games, especially in that 13 seconds. Josh Allen outperformed them. He did everything he can. Josh Allen doesn't play defense. Josh Allen doesn't play special teams. Josh Allen doesn't coach. So he can only do so much. We somehow always fold defensively against these guys in the playoffs. But we're talking regular season. We have a great track record against the team in the regular season. But this may be a different year. I got us losing against them. And then if we play them again, hopefully we can get that dub. But this go around, I just don't think we got the firepower to go toe-to-toe against these guys. Even though we're firing on all cylinders and we got that chemistry with the young players and the new players. And I feel like, because based on the schedule we're going, we're a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game winning streak going into the 6th. And I feel like we're going to be golden during that time. But I just feel like we can't get over the hump of the giant of the Chiefs. So I got us losing that game. It's always, even the regular season is always a close game. But in the regular season, we always find somehow to come on top. If we get that interception or cause a fumble or make them punt a couple times. In the regular season, we always find a way to beat these guys. But this season, I don't think we're able to do that.
Yeah, I agree. And I know it's not true, but I always think it's like I think the Chiefs lose to us on purpose in the regular season, so we get that hope that we could do it again. And they don't we have to put out all of our stops to beat them, and they just running through the motions, and then we beat them, and then they're like, oh yeah, crap, we lost to the Bills, man, we might not get the 1 seed or whatever. But then when the playoffs start, we already released all of our bag of tricks, and Andy Reid hasn't yet. And it's just oh yeah, now we're going to beat them now. So it's I know we were close in the last 2 playoff games, but it just feels like it just doesn't make sense to me how you can beat a team in their house 3 times in a row in regular season, but then even at home, you can't beat them in a playoff game. And it's just man, they got to be playing with us. They got to be screwing with us. But yeah, hopefully we'll do the reverse this year. We'll lose to them this time, and then we'll beat them in the playoffs. But no, I honestly think that we match up really good against them, and both our teams are quite similar, except for their coaching is a lot better than ours, and that's that's nothing wrong to say that. It's not being negative to say that, but quarterbacks are 1 and 2. We both don't have wide receiver rooms that jump out of the paper at you. We both got some superstars on defense, some on offense, but not an overall unit where you're like, man, they got the best core in the league.
Right.
So I think we're pretty similar. So it's always going to be a good game, but I think we'll lose this one and drop to 7-4.
Got you. That's crazy because we both get different games, but we both still got the same record. So yeah, we're both at 7-4. We lose against the Chiefs, and we're going into our bye week. Who do you think wins that game?
I think as
Because
long as
last year we lost our bye because we had
did.
to deal with fucking Von Miller's fucking his domestic violence bullshit and all this, that, and the third. So we definitely lost that bye week.
I think we'll win it this year.
There we go.
I think it'll go back and forth. So next year we might not win it, and this year we'll be fine.
Nah, man, it's gonna be a healthy week. We're gonna get our mind right, and right after, like I said, we're gonna get healthy, get our mind right, and we're going to another tough team, San Fran. Even though they got Mr. Irrelevant over there, he made himself very, very relevant in the past couple of years. He's done what he needed to be. And let me jump on that whole Cam Newton thing. I respect Cam Newton for what he said, and I respect him even more for standing on that. I didn't like how everybody tried to twist his words because I believe he is just a game manager. He reaps the benefit of having your Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuels, and fuck his other dude name? Who was about to grab him? Yeah, I'm drawing blanks.
Can't remember.
Anyways, they got a stud offense, stud defense. They're a tough team. They're in the playoffs every year. They always make it to the end. So, how do you feel about this game?
Well, let me put it this way. I think we don't have nearly as good of a roster as they do, but we're always good to beat one of those good teams we're not supposed to beat too.
Okay, I got you.
And I was re-looking at the schedule, and I think I did have us losing to Seattle in my other prediction because I didn't have us losing 4 in a row, like because I had us at a certain record. I don't want to say it out loud now. I don't want to spoil it for people, but I would have to lose a few more games in the next few weeks to get to my record prediction. So I'm going to switch it. I'm going to have us losing to Seattle and have us beat San Francisco to make us 7-5, overall. But the Niners will be that one team that's like super good. Everyone's like, oh no, the Bills had no chance, and then we'll wipe the floor with them. So I got us beating San Francisco.
So appreciate Bills fan. I was talking about Brandon Ayuk.
Ayuk, yeah.
So stud player. I don't know because I don't think we're able to beat them, but I kind of want to be superstitious and be like, oh, well, the Bills don't lose games after bye week. So I'm just going to run with that. We're going to win. Somehow we're going to win. It's going to be a tough game. It's probably going to be one of them games where Josh Allen is playing like shit. He throws a couple picks. Some way, maybe James Cook saves us. Maybe the defense saves us. But I feel like that's the game we're gonna find a way to win. After losing to the Chiefs and brewing on it throughout the bye week, I feel like we're gonna keep that streak going where we're undefeated after the bye.
No, yeah, that's true. I always forget that.
I'm just gonna stick to that belief. I don't know how we're gonna beat them. I agree with you. We're not as good as a well-rounded team as these guys, as the San Fran Niners, but like I said, I just feel like we're gonna find a way to beat them.
I agree.
Moving on. So yeah, we're both still 7-5. So moving on, we're going to December 8th. We are going to LA to play the Chargers. One thing about the Chargers, man, I don't know what's going on over there. Justin Herbert still is a great player. I just feel like they haven't been able to figure it out. They lost Keenan Allen. I feel like they wasted the last 2 years, even though he was injured, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a good enough mix. Maybe it was coaching. Maybe it was scheme, this and that and the third. But I still got high hopes for these guys, but I don't think they're no. I'm talking about the Ravens. I'm talking about the Chargers. Where are we playing?
The Rams.
Rams. Okay, so scratch that. 2 LA teams. Got confused. Talk about
they're playing the same stadium. So
right, same stadium. Still no fan base, but
right.
But okay, scratch that. We're talking about the Rams with Matt Stafford and Aaron Donald retired. So after that, man, yeah, we're getting big dubs because that man, we don't gotta sacrifice 3-4 linemen to check one guy.
That's true.
Even though Josh Allen ain't scared of him. Everybody, I know you've seen the one video where he's coming after Geno Smith. He's like, oh shit, and he threw the ball away. And then Josh Allen's crack-headed ass want to try to run through the dude and stiff arm him and do the most. Yeah, that's why we fucking love JE17 because he's gonna look the devil in his eyes and still try to stiff arm him.
That's true.
But yeah. Well, still on Big Herbert, Justin Herbert. I still wish the best for him. Hopefully, the Chargers can get that shit situated and get together because I like watching the Chargers play and how Herbert, especially when it came out his first year. But we're talking about the Rams. Stafford, he is well beyond his prime. I feel like this may be his last year. I mean, we don't want him to be like a Drew Brees or a Roethlisberger where you're kind of just wasting years and kind of ruining your own stat sheet. So I don't expect a lot from the Rams. They still got Cooper Cup and Puka Nacua was a stud last year. Well, he was like a 5th or 6th round draft pick and just came out of nowhere and kind of blew up. So they still got firepower over there, but I just feel like they're a shell of themselves, and that's another team where I don't feel like they have the firepower to beat us.
Yeah, I'm not total opposite of you on the Rams for some reason. I got this weird feeling that they're gonna be that NFC Championship team. Maybe not win it, but they're gonna be in that game. And I don't know. It's just like I wasn't too high on them last year, but they proved me wrong last year. So I was kind of like, after that happened, I thought they were done. Like earlier in the year, I'm like, they're trash, they're horrible, and they went on like a 7-game win streak, and then they were just balling out, and I was like, man, they still got McVay, and I know they're not gonna have Aaron Donald, but they drafted, I forgot his name, they drafted a tackle last year or the year before that, and he balled out too, and they had drafted 2 more D tackles this year that Braden fared verse, so they retooled that D line, and you know, if Cup can stay healthy and Nacua can ball out like he did last year, man, they're going to be a scary team in that NFC. Okay. And I just got a feeling that that they're gonna take it to us this year. Not bad. I mean, they're gonna beat us, but I don't think it's gonna be bad. I can see us beating them too. They're just one of my teams that I got us losing to. I think it's 7-6.
Gotcha. Okay, that's gonna be tough because playing 7-6 this late in the year. There's going to be another thing like last year where we may not make the playoffs.
There's a method to the madness, I promise.
Absolutely. I'm sure it is. There always is. So moving off that, you got a loss. I got the dub. So I move on to 8-5, and you move on to 7-6. We are going to Detroit. That man, them boys. I got nothing but love to them boys in Detroit. They were just like a team like us that been through a mean drought of mediocrity and bottom of the barrel play, and they kind of just skyrocketed in 1 year. It took us a couple years. It took them 1 year. These guys, man, I don't know. I was just happy to watch them. They kind of had everything clicking for them. They didn't have the best quarterback, best running back, best receivers, but they had a lot of good players that all came together to perform great football. I love what Sam Laporta came out, rookie tight end, and he did what he needed to do. He put himself on the map, and he balled out. I was pretty mad because I benched him a couple games to keep Kincaid because I had Laporta and Kincaid. So obviously I want to play Kincaid, and then there'll be times where I'm like, all right, Kincaid, you're not doing nothing. Let me bench you so I can play Laporta. And of course, Kincaid blows up and Laporta ain't doing shit. I'm like, I can't make this.
Nope.
But this is gonna be a very tough game. I don't think we're gonna make out. I really believe this is gonna be a bad loss. I feel like it's gonna be like 35-10 type of. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be one of our down games where we just can't get nothing going. I'm pretty sure we are in Detroit. Let me double check. Yes, we are in Detroit. Yeah, I just feel like we're just gonna be. We never got off the bus. Josh can't get nothing going. Defense can't make a stop. These guys I just feel like they're going to be firing on all cylinders. And I feel like this is going to be the punch in the mouth type game where, yeah, let's get our shit together or we're not making the playoffs. So I got us with a loss. I'm 8-6. How do you feel about the Lions?
I can see that happening. I feel the same way you do. They're just they had a really good turnaround. You know, I mean, obviously they were bad for a long time, but as far as when they got their quarterback, they got their coach, they started drafting, their rebuild and competitive Super Bowl window, flip the switch like that. They're already in that, ready to go.
Yeah, playoff. Yeah,
I see it going 2 ways. I think like how you said, like a complete blowout, or I got us losing like a 43-41 game, like just the best game of the year type thing.
I could
And
see
then we
that too.
just
I could see
yeah.
that.
So I know the chat's gonna come after me, but got us losing. We go to 7-7, but
Damn, 500.
don't say
That.
don't say anything till at the very end, and it'll be okay, I promise. But yeah, so I got us 7-7 at this point, and you know it's gonna be nerve wracking, but
Yeah.
this is when the real men come to play.
Yeah, we always show up when we need to. So
Yep.
we come back home and we played Patriots. I mean, like I said, they got nothing going for them. Drake May, he's not gonna. I mean, I feel like he'll be a better quarterback than what Mac and Cheese was, but at the same time, I feel like they're not gonna do much. Easy dub right there. How about you?
Oh yeah. This I don't know who's gonna be the quarterback, but the only thing I'll say about the Patriots though is they're gonna play hard. And last year they were missing their best corner, missing their best defensive end, and they're all gonna be back this year. So they're gonna be a good defense, but we're gonna dominate them.
Hey Scott, listen, we were at 500 last year, dude, and we was at a 12% chance of making a playoff and 8% chance of winning the division. We made it happen. I mean, I don't know what Shawn feeling. I mean, honestly, in this type of year, 7-7 isn't that far of a reach with the team we got and kind of the I don't want the retooling. I don't want to say rebuild, but the retooling we got to do is not out the realm of possibility. But
and before Scott gets more mad at me, remember the 8-8 Giants and the 9-7 Giants won a Super Bowl, so it's okay at this point. And this is just
what's the Tom Brady? They were 7-7 and they won.
Yeah, this is before like anything happens where like it could change my mind. So this is more of like my looking at this piece of paper, who we got.
Yeah.
So it could change, and we could win 12, 13. We could only win 6, but it's gonna change. But
5-9.
Yeah. But I got us 8-7 at this point. back in the race.
There we go. That is gonna be a huge question. I know we're already up in an hour, but fuck it, we're gonna keep it running. Is this Sean McDermott's last year? Is this his make it or break a year? If he don't make the playoffs this year, is he getting fired?
Oh yeah, if we don't make the playoffs, if we didn't make the playoffs last year, he would have been gone. But
even in a retooling year, you believe he will get fired?
If we don't make the play, that's the thing. Because I know Tommy says it all the time. McDermott's going to be running out of the new tunnel in the 2026 new stadium.
Yeah, but the thing is, I ride for McDermott, and
I do. Yeah. No, I was gonna say I love McDermott too. It's just like it's not even about like how much I love him or if like he's a good guy or not. It's just like you got to as far as
he can take us.
Yeah, sometimes your courses run out and you might go win it with another team, but just what you're doing here, it's working to a point. But if we go 8 years and don't get past the divisional round again or we miss the playoffs, we really got to consider. But like Hefe was saying, the 13-second game, I think kind of to what Tommy says, all the stuff that he's done so far, good and bad, and he hasn't been fired yet. He's probably going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
It might be a Marv Lewis type thing where he's here for like 15 years and we don't do nothing about it till like the very bitter end when it's just like, oh, we haven't won a playoff game in 6 years. We've been to 7 wildcard games in a row and lost all of them. But like I said, he's a good guy. He's a decent coach. He's not the best coach, but you got to do something different if we can't with the team we got. If we can't win, because they did it. I think they're doing it all. They tried to get in the superstar. It didn't work. They're trying to retool. If it doesn't work, you don't really have many options to exhaust left. So for sure, if we don't make the playoffs, I think he should be gone. Okay. But I don't think they'll fire him. I just got that.
No, I love the way you kind of said that. Perfectly said. But I mean, everybody in the chat, let me know. Do you think this is McDermott's last year? Do you think if we don't make the playoffs or we don't win the AFC, or if it's the same thing, we win the AFC, we win a playoff game and we get knocked out the second round, does McDermott still get fired? Does he keep his job? It's tough for me. I just love how everybody rallied around him last year when that Tyler Dunn article came out, and he tried to come at his character and kind of pretty much try to dig up some stuff to make him look bad to get him out the building. And it kind of did the whole opposite and made the team revamp and it have his back. I remember after we won that game, I forgot what game it was, but we won, and everybody's in the locker room, and coach is trying to make his speech, and he just paused, and everybody, I got your back, coach. And then he got stuck like, man, I fucking love you. And so that right there, man, I love it. But at the same time, this is a business. Heartfelt moments ain't going to get you W's. So are we going to be the same team? Are we going to be the new wage Green Bay Packers? Where we're still with Aaron Rodgers on them, where we're still a great team. We get like 13, 14 wins. We get a playoff win, but we're always knocked out in the AFC Championship or however. We always get knocked out in the playoffs, and we never can make it back to the Super Bowl or even make it to the Super Bowl. Is that us, or can we get over that hump? I, for one, to me, like I'm really torn. Honestly, if we don't make the playoffs this year, I don't want to blame McDermott, but blame has to be held. He needs to be held accountable. So it's tough. Actually, yeah, I'm going to say fuck it. Yeah, we won't have to move on from him. Get a new coach in with the new young team. We got new receivers and new players here. Maybe that's what we need. If we can't get back to where we were, maybe McDermott has to go. Let him find better opportunities elsewhere. And then let us find a new, young, hungry coach that can give a new flavor to the Bills offense. So I'm gonna just interesting. I'm gonna just leave it at that. We're already over an hour. Let's power through. We are playing the Jets at home. Fuck it. I got us as a dub. We're 9-6, I believe.
Yep, I got us at 9-7.
9-7. And then we're playing Patriots. I got us winning out. So I got us at 11-6.
Yep. I got us at 10-7 and 5-1 in the division. But we're 10-7. The Dolphins and the Jets, or the Dolphins or the Jets, will also be 10-7, but they won't have the 5-1 division record. So we will win the AFC East at 10-7 with a 5-1 division record. And kind of like similar to last year. Only reason why that might not work out is because the Dolphins also have a tough schedule, but the Jets have a pretty easy one, and it kind of sucks. So we have to win our division games, and we can't lose the teams that we're supposed to beat.
Right.
So you can't lose to the Cardinals. You can't lose to the Titans. You can't lose to the
or be like last year where we lost so many AFC games.
Yep. Like you can't lose to the Patriots when they're 4-13. You can't lose to the Broncos when you got 12 men on the field. If we do that this year, we might mess around and miss the playoffs. So because we got a really tough schedule, because you can't, if you lose to the Patriots or the Cardinals, you got to beat the Lions and the Niners. Like you can't mess around with any of that this year, especially with the Jets, having that roster that they got and that schedule they have. They have a little bit tough games, but they play the third place schedules of every division. So they have a little bit easier than we do. We have a first place schedule. So we have to make up for that by going 5-1 in the division and beating the teams you're supposed to beat. And then if you go 5-1 in your division, you have a really good chance of winning it, whether you're 10-7 or 11-6. And I think if we could be around 10-7, 11-6, 5-1 in the division, another AFC East title, home playoff game, and then we'll see what happens.
Let's do it. Scott Blakely, I love it. And honestly, we'll keep Sean McDermott's job this year. Even if we don't make it to the playoffs or deep, if he's able to show that he can get these new players in the system and flowing and ready and balling, maybe he can get another year running. It all depends, man. It all depends. Mid-season, he's going to make his mistakes. He's going to have a game where he makes a dumb decision, and we're all going to call for his job. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. At the end of the day, it's Pagula's say-so, so he can have a shit season and he can still have a job. Who knows? All I know is that I ride with McDermott. I ride with these Bills. I got the best hopes in them. But I still believe all the faith and love I got from McDermott, I still believe he got us as far as he can get us.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it'll be nice if we're wrong. We all hope we're wrong.
Yeah.
But, you know, it would be different if we were, you know, we lost in the championship, then we lost in the divisional, lost in the championship, we lost in the Super Bowl, but we're lost in the championship, lost in the divisional, lost in the divisional, lost in the divisional. Like we're not getting better or being at the highest level. We're regressing and staying stagnant at the lowest, at the, you know, our peak that we're at. And sure, it's awesome to win wild card games and win a playoff game every year, but
that's not the goal.
We can't be. We gotta at least be getting close, or like every other year you get into a championship, or 2 years in a row to prove that we're that type of competitive team. But again, just because we want that from our coach doesn't mean that we don't like him. And it would suck if he left. You know, all of us would, you know, be sad about that. But we care about the Bills. We care about, you know, the name on the front. Right. We want that ring. We want that ring for the city. So he's not going to get it done. You got to cut ties with him now.
Yep. And
if you hire someone else, you eventually win a ring. I'm not going to tell you when it's going to be, but you win a ring with someone else eventually. I'd be like, sorry, Shawn, I know you're a good guy, a good coach, but that ring is what we need. So we're going to see you later.
That's the end goal. We're going to leave it at that. Shawn, please tell the people how they can find you, what you got going on, man. Please let them know.
Yeah, you can find me at Red, White, and Bills on YouTube. I think I'm gonna start recording a couple videos this weekend. One of them is gonna be, should we pay Spencer Brown? How much?
Nice.
Reasons why we should or shouldn't. Comparing him to like the highest right tackle in the league, the lowest right tackle, and the middle right tackle, and I'm going, you know, PFF grades, you know, sacks allowed, pressures allowed, and then just go over the money. And then, you know, just have a little 10-minute, 20-minute discussion about it. And then, so just trying to keep the off season busy.
Absolutely, man. That's what we got to do. Keep ourselves occupied. And there we have it. Like I said, me and Hefe are going on that Steelers trip August 18th. So any Bills Mafia heading to Pittsburgh during that time, man, please let us know. We're going to have a great time. We're going to tailgate. We're going to party, have a live show over there. So please pull up, show love, show support, man. We're going to be out there, man. And you already know, man. Hit me at the bar, man. I'll buy you a shot. As long as you buy me one.
Right.
It's going to be great times. I also got a quick update. July 13th, Stevie Johnson is having a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. It's going to be at Delaware Park. Please pull up and show love. I know the last event we had wasn't as organized as I wish it was. It was more of just a pickup game than an event, but we're doing it a lot bigger and better this time. I'm going to be out there grilling. We got like 8 podcasters out there doing live shows and commentary. They're going to have 8 different courts and games going, 8 teams going, 8 podcasters, 8 streams. So it's definitely going to be popping, man. Like I said, I'm going to be out there grilling, cooking for the kids and all that. I'm going to have music popping. I'm going to be talking my shit, doing my show. So we're definitely going to have a great time. That is July 13th, 10 o'clock at Delaware Park. Trust me, we're going to talk more about it in future shows. But like I said, if you're in the neighborhood, man, please pull up, say what's up, talk to Stevie, talk to me, and then we're going to have a good time.
That sounds like a blast.
Hell yeah. So nothing below to everybody, man. Always appreciate everybody in the chats. Let's go. Please like, share, subscribe to the Mafia Sports Report YouTube channel. Tommy got big things coming, man. Like I said, he got shows all week round with UFC, boxing, wrestling, all sorts of stuff. So please stay tuned, man. Please stay tuned. And there you have it, folks, man. Let me get a bowl Bills.
Go Bills. Salute.
One job to get done today, man. Find a W. Play for each other. Love y'all. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.